Hello, first grade. Hello, first grade. Today we are going to be reviewing the instruments and the instrument families. So here we go. And after we do that, you can play some online instrument games. So the first family we're going to review is the string family. To be in the string family, you gotta have strings. So the smallest string instrument in the orchestra is the violin. And the violin, you play it up on your chin. The next biggest one is the viola. You also play that up on your chin, under your chin, on your shoulder. It looks very close to a violin, but it's a little bit bigger. So the violin and the viola. The next one is the cello. This is my picture of my chair that I drew, and you sit to play the cello. The next string instrument, which is the biggest one, you have to stand to play because it's so big. It's called the string bass or the double bass, and you have to stand to play it. The next one is the harp, which I'm sure you all remember. Okay, the next family we're going to talk about and review is the woodwind family. The woodwind family has an instrument that does not have a reed, and it is the flute. But there's lots of buttons. Here's the clarinet. It has a single reed that goes in the mouthpiece here, and there's lots of buttons. All the woodwind family instruments have lots of buttons, and all of them but the flute have a reed. This is the saxophone. Don't get fooled, it's not in the brass family, even though it's shiny like a brass instrument, because it has all those buttons and a reed in the mouthpiece. Our last two have a double reed. This is the oboe. It looks like a clarinet, except it's a little smaller, and it has a double reed poking out of the top. That's the double reed. I've passed one around in class and let you've looked at it. So this is the oboe. And the last woodwind instrument is very tall, probably about as tall as you. Lots of buttons. And it has a double reed that goes in this metal tube right here. And this is the bassoon. The bassoon. Okay, our next family is the brass family. The brass family, the first instrument we're going to talk about and review is the trombone. Trombone has no buttons on it, but it has a slide. That's the trombone. And then we have the French horn. The French horn just has 3 buttons. French horn. Then we have the trumpet. Just 3 buttons too. And remember, these are the brass family instruments. And this is the tuba, the biggest brass family instrument. It also just has a few buttons right here. 1, 2, 3. And this is a tuba. The last family is the percussion family, and remember, to play a percussion instrument, you have to hit it, shake it, or scrape it. This is a steel drum. I have a blue one in the music room at school. Steel drum, you gotta hit it to play it. The xylophone, also a percussion instrument because you hit it to play it. We also have this in the music room. And we have the bongos. You hit those with your hands, so it's a percussion instrument. And we have these in the music room too. The next one is a snare drum. The snare drums can be found on a drum set, and also you can see them in marching bands. This is a bass drum. You also hit it with mallets. Here's the timpani drum. We have these up in the choir loft at church. And the last one I will show you is the triangle, and you also hit it. We have these in the music room, but there are many, many, many percussion instruments. So that is the review of our instrument families: brass, woodwind, percussion, and strings. Now, I will show you in a different video the game that I would like you to play online. There's 2 games. See you soon.